How do we present a show hunter and a show hack? Hi guys, Whitney from Whitney Restall Equestrian, WR Equestrian. Oh, that's the first time I've just rolled it off and it's gotten, I haven't like stumbled and gone, welcome to WSS question. Oh, yeah, gosh, that feels good. Okay, thank you very much to Jane and the Ponies. Let me just triple, double, quadruple check. Yes, Jane and the Ponies. Thank you very much for asking this question on a recent video on YouTube. Asking how do we present for the show ring. Let's talk about show open hacks. That's what I have my most experience. Done a few little classes here and there with Shrek. So in the future, I will do a video comparison of a hack and a hunter and explain that into further detail as to how you should be able to pick if your horse is one or the other. I will demonstrate with Teddy or Jessie and Shrek because they're the two polar opposites that I have out of my horses. But back to why we're here today. Presentation. Let me just let's scooch over this way, not that way. Move these buckets out of the way. And I'm just going to use this side of the screen for some photos to demonstrate what I'm talking about. So when it comes to a hack, how you present them, they can wear blingy tack, if that makes sense. Realistically, in the sense of just their Browband. Apart from that, everything else is basically the same. Same saddle, same bridle, same when it comes to the presentation of the horse when you're competing it. So hacks are a blingy show off, very fancy footwork. Traditionally, they were the horse that the men would ride to church on. Oh, look how fancy my, my good outing horse is. Whereas the hunter, traditionally, that was the horse that was thick-boned, strong. He was gonna pull a cart. He was gonna pull the plow through the paddocks, up and down the paddocks, all day, every day, apart from Sunday because that was rest day. And then the farmer would use his hack, the really fancy legwork trotty horse, to show off and impress at church, whereas the hunter, he's the tough workhorse. He's there to do a really hard job of pulling the plow through the paddocks. So traditionally the hacks have the blingy brow bands, as an example here. They have the makeup. I guess it's sort of same, but the hunters are not big, bold, flashy makeup. It's just very subtle makeup for them. But it's really hard. Like Sydney Royal, they'll jump on you for having too much makeup on your horse, but it's like, I don't know, it's just one of those, it's a fine line. Just practice with your horse and see what best works for them and what they best look like. Don't go overboard is my best advice when it comes to presentation of makeup. Don't cake it on, don't put tons and tons of it. Just make them look really well presentable, if that makes sense. Highlight their star, darken around their eyes and their muzzle. But that sort of goes for both for hack and hunter. After that, so yeah, your blingy brow band, a leather bridle, present in one of them. I personally like the brand White Horse Equestrian, really great quality products, and that's what I show at the royal level with Teddy. That's what I showed him in a double bridle, and I brought specifically a in-hand lead bridle for him. And I like to compete Teddy in red. He looks really nice because he's a black horse. He looks really nice with the red brow bands and whatnot. And because he has a red brow band, I then make sure I have a red label pin, lapel label pin, however it is pronounced, and then a red tie or a stock tie and a red vest. I have a white shirt. I used to traditionally wear my Peter Williams white and red striped t-shirt, but now I just wear like the giddy up frilly necked shirts if I want to be lazy and not wear a tie or a stock tie. Otherwise, just a white t-shirt that you can put your stock tie around the collar of. Then, you just got your saddle. I ride in a bait saddle, leather bait saddles. That's all. I have all leather bait saddles apart from one Wintec Pro. They're my go-to. They're my saddle brands that I like to compete and work my horses in. I then use a rug rack, Numnah. That's a sheepskin Numnah to go under the saddle, and then like a Wintec Girth or the leather Girth from White Horse Equestrian. I brought that for Teddy for the Sydney Royal, and that was great, and I really appreciated it. He looked very smart in that Girth. That's about it. False tail, I get mine from Jacqueline. So false tail is made by Jacqueline. Yep. And then that's about it. And then plait or shave the dock of the horse's tail. That's up to you, whatever preference you like. I do have some plaiting videos if you want to learn to better your skills when it comes to plaiting. I was always a shaver for the hacks, and then I would plait the hunters, but I've really grown to liking just plaiting the tails. You don't have to muck about getting hair in your face and everything. The horse looks better naturally in the paddock. Its hair's there to protect that area of it. So I personally, again, it comes down to whatever you think looks good on the horse. At the end of the day, you want the horse to be enhanced and look its very best when it's entering in the show ring. And if they've got socks, highlight that, wash them, making sure that they're very clean and white, and then blacket the hooves. So that's and then put checkers. So you put like the checker marks on the rump of a show horse, shark's teeth and the toilet seat or the moon. But checkers are predominantly for show hacks, the open show hacks, and hunters just get 3 stripes for their rump quarter marks. They can also have the toilet seat and the shark's teeth. It's up to you. Whatever enhances and makes your horse look well put together, well presented when it comes to stepping out into the show ring for the hunter. So that's basically about it in how to present a show hack. And then the hunters are basically the same. It's just like, but their gear is no shiny buttons on you, no shiny buttons on your saddles, no shiny blingy brow bands. You can get leather plaited brow bands, or you just leave the brow band that comes on the bridle itself. That's what I generally do. I haven't yet ordered a plaited leather brow band. I'd like to in the future when I have that spare cash, but when you're getting going, don't worry about that. Just leave the traditional, how you brought the bridle and it came to you, just leave that brow band on there and compete in that. Boots, I forgot to mention boots and helmet. Gloves, make sure those 3 items are the same color. Brown hat, brown gloves, brown boots if your horse is wearing brown tack, or if your horse is wearing black tack, like for me with Teddy. Here's a black saddle and bridle. I have a black boots, black gloves, and a black helmet. And it all comes down to the horse and what color tack, so that's a different topic. Whatever looks best, the color of the saddle on the color of your horse. So then when we go back to the show hunters, so you got your bridle for your saddle, a saddle with covered buttons. So they're just like the little stud buttons at the front mostly. You don't want any shiny blingy bits on the saddle. It's got to be a turnout saddle that is covered and just basically leather. There's not too much silver that you can see for the varnishings, the finishing bits. Then after that, your Numnah. Again, mine's from the rug rack. That's where I like mine to come from. The sewn sheepskin rug, sheepskin saddle pad. Then the Girth, again, White Horse Equestrian or a Wintec one. Up to you, whatever brand, whatever looks good, whatever works and functions for your horse the best and looks neat and tidy for the show ring. Then we work down to the rider. So again, like the boots and the helmets, I said, your jacket, a tweeted jacket normally, whatever looks really nice on your horse, what works with your horse's colour and help you stand out in the ring and be memorable and be able to stand out from the crowd. That's my note take. You don't want to blend in with the rest of them. You want to stand out and be completely different, so that you're that point of difference psychologically, you are going to stand out better to the judge. Instead of the judge going, oh god, look at all these people, they all look the same bay horses, or the same jackets, like, it can be quite confusing when it's quick snap, snap, snap decisions in the ring, if that makes sense. So it's really, 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 really important that you find your point of difference, that you're going to look neat and tidy, but you're going to stand out. So the same with the hack, I guess, but the hacks, back to the hacking jackets, they could be black or blue predominantly. They're not a checkered jacket. It can be shiny, can be traditionally plain, but the hunters are where you're going to find the proper big or little checkered design in the fabric. Then, your jodhpurs, cream, two-tone, whatever suits you, whatever you like, whatever looks nice for you and your horse. You can have like the yellow, the banana, the cream, the white, not really, that's sort of for dressage, but whatever you like, whatever you think looks neat and tidy and whatever will be your point of difference, go with that in the show ring. Label pin, stock tie for a hunter, stock tie predominantly, like a white stock tie, a nice creamy mustardy vest, like neutral tones when it comes to the hunter ring. The hack ring, colourful, pink, blue, green, go for gold, go for broke, like red, like the really blurry, like just out there colours. The hunter is traditional. The hunting, like you're going off to hunt a fox in the field, you got to blend in with the trees. You got to be yellows, greens, darker colours, the greys. Those are your colours to stick to in the hunter world. Label pin, like a leather label pin, then your stock tie, and that's about it. So, and then at the back end of the horse, put your false tail in, plait, but it's up to you and what you're going to decide on, what you're going to do and what you can do in the morning of the show when it comes to getting ready. And a false tail, and then if they've got socks, make sure they're white and then black at their hooves. So I hope that answers your question, Jane, in how to present both the hack and Hunter for the show ring. 2 different types of horses that have to be presented in 2 different types of ways. So, good luck with all your show horse riding adventures. I hope this was handy. Got any other questions? Feel free to ask in the comment section down below, and I'll do my very best to answer with the best of my knowledge and bring forward a video for you. So, thank you very much for today's video inspiration. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!